Hello and welcome, this is Agent XP and welcome back to another episode of Agent Adventures. So it's been a little while. I have taken a bit of a break from Minecraft to work on some of my Tomb Raider projects, but recently I've been kind of inspired with the new Hermitcraft season starting and I've wanted to play a bit of Minecraft, so I have revisited my world. You may recognise this from the previous episodes if you have seen them. But today, speaking of familiar places, I have decided that I kind of feel like taking a break from the desert. Much as I love my desert starter base with our epic windmill there on the hill, I kind of fancy a bit of a change. And I've had this in mind for quite a long time, ever since I started the world. I've been digging. And when I mine, I like to try and dig in a straight line because I like to end up somewhere at the end of the mine. What the mine essentially is a straight path from which I won't get lost and it leads to a new location. So I have been digging a long way and we're going to go down into the mine and we're going to continue digging. And I am hoping to reach some new biomes because much as I love the desert, like I said, I feel like a bit of a change, and there's nothing but desert or savanna or mesa for a long distance all the way around us. The spawn point for this world really is in a dry part of the world, so we're going to continue digging. So far I have only come across ocean. Minecraft beach. Is this another island hoax? Because I've tried digging up on this tunnel before and I've been disappointed. Oh, more iron. Well, they say struck gold, but we just struck diamonds. Very nice, I'll take those. We have been digging for a very long time. So I've been doing a lot of digging off camera in between videos as well. And ooh, there's a cave. I'll take the iron, very nice. So I have dug a very long tunnel and I am now a considerably long distance away from spawn, and I am hoping that we have now struck gold, or struck land as it were. Now I have had a couple of false alarms before, including one fairly significant false alarm. I dug all the way up to the surface and I ended up on a tiny island in the middle of the sea. So I am being a little more cautious this time. I am digging further in order to make sure that I go a considerable distance and I am still under land. Oops, zombie attack there. Let's light up this cave. Oh no! There's a whole army of them! No! Ow, this could go badly. I need to see off these guys. How many of you are there? Seriously. Ow, 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 ow. I'm getting backed into a corner here. This is what I hate about zombies. There better not be a creeper behind me. Ah. No, you do not kill me. Half a heart. Oh man, that was so close. And I realised that some of my armour had broken, so I now have that sorted. Are there any more? Ah. How many? I don't like this. Quite often running is the best solution. Where zombies always get me is they back you into a corner. Zombies just back you into a corner. Oh no, there's another baby one. If they back you into a corner, broke there. That was intense. There were so many of those dudes. Where are they all coming from? Crikey, so many zombies. It's like a zombie invasion. Let's just check out this cave and light it up. And oh, that's why there are so many of you. There's a spawner. Let's light it up. Let's see. Ooh, bones. I'll take the bones. We shall collect the loot in a moment. Oh, a saddle. Nice. I can always use one of those. And thank you. Very, very kind of you to all jump in the water there. Doesn't seem like any of you can get out, but just in case you do, I don't want any of you sneaking up behind me. I am going to take care of these dudes. Wow. Very nice of you to all fall in there for me. Very, very handy. Now that we've done that, we can go and collect our prizes. So I have continued to dig, and what I'm trying to do now is I am fairly convinced that I'm under more than just an island. I've dug for quite a way, I've explored quite a few caves, and it seems to fairly consistently show that I am underneath a biome that is not ocean. So specifically I am under a plains biome. So I think it's time to try and find a way up to the surface, and I've actually discovered a fairly natural way to climb here. So this cave is actually quite high, and we have climbed up and dug out the sides of this very high cave mine shafty thing, and now we are significantly higher up, so we shouldn't have to dig nearly as far to find the surface, which is really cool. So I am basically here digging out a staircase so that I can go up and down, and I can descend back into the mine shaft if I want to, or I can climb to the surface. So let's just light this up. Oh no, there's another zombie. You are not going to push me off, mate. Ow! No, you don't push me off. Whew. That was close. He could have easily pushed me into that hole. And had I fallen all the way down, I don't think I would have survived. That is a pretty deep pit. Creeper! Whew. Yay for a shield. This is why you need a shield in this game. I know they do kind of block the view, but I always carry one because it doesn't actually bother me that much. You can see there how high that drop is. So yeah, I always keep my shield equipped at all times because I can deflect any creeper blasts that way. And what I'm doing here is I am making a bit of a makeshift banister on those stairs, because I think it would be typical of me to forget that that hole is there and to just walk off the edge. So I am leaving a reminder for myself there. I'm going to continue exploring around this area and we'll see if we can find anything interesting. So perhaps a way up to the surface. I'm just going to keep lighting this up. We're just going to check out this section of cave real quick, just in case there's a way up to the surface, but I don't think so. There's a water stream here. Is this a dead end? Yes, it is. So there is nothing down there. We'll just light it all up so that nothing spawns there and creeps up on us. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to start digging upwards. We are going to make a staircase up to the surface, so hopefully we're not too far away from the surface. So I'm going to start digging up and we shall see how long it takes us to come across sky. Hopefully not too long. Just put down some torches. Oh, I always do that. I place down a torch and then I knock it off the wall again. That's so typical. Right. Oh! Oh! There's dirt! There's dirt! Dig up! Dig up! Yeah! The sky! We really weren't that far away from the surface at all. That was actually quicker than I expected. Awesome! Well, we were under plains, and plains tend to be fairly flat. Awesome! Oh! 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 There's a witch. Oh dear. Ah! No, no zombie hugs. Go away. I do not like the look of that witch. Any cows around? So we can get some milk? No. We're just going to have to rush her and try and be quick, I think. Let's try not to get ourselves poisoned. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Is she invincible? Oh. Phew. Oh, a potion of instant health. Awesome. Well, that was a good prize. And we have dispatched her and we managed to not get poisoned. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to make a pillar and stick some torches on top of it. Now I know this doesn't look pretty, but I want to make sure that I can find the entrance to my mine shaft again. And if I don't mark it, then I will probably lose it, because that's what normally happens. So I am marking this very clearly with a tall pillar that can be seen for miles around, or should I say blocks around. So let's jump in the water stream and descend safely. So that pillar will act as a beacon, if you'll pardon the pun, it's not exactly a beacon. I will be able to see that pillar and find my mine shaft again. So this is all cool, we're just lighting it up there, and now we have a way of finding that entrance. So it's time to explore. First, I am going to quickly note down my coordinates. I am going to take a screenshot of that, just in case I manage to stray far enough away that I can't see this pillar. I'd have to go quite far out, but that's a definite possibility. So we are a long way from our spawn, and that's really cool. It's not necessarily the biome I was hoping to find. I'd really like to find a taiga, but it's certainly a start. Ooh, that's a really cool looking rock formation, and there's a shipwreck. That's nice. I mean, there are a couple of stray pine trees in the mountain biome, but I would really like to find a proper taiga biome, because that would be very cool. Oh, there's a cave. Agent sees cave, must pop down and investigate. I get so distracted by caves. Is there a light down there? That's not lava, is it? It's a torch. Are you kidding me? We were that close to finding a natural way to the surface? Oh wow, that's incredible. Okay, I was really close before and I didn't even know it. That's insane. Oh well, we have our other path up, and by the look of things, it's a little bit safer, so we're going to light up this cave and make our way back out into the open. But it's good to know that we have more than one way back into our mining area. That's really cool. All these areas are linked together. I'll just light up this area so that we don't get any mobs spawning here. And I realised I just said area about 3 times. Yay! Diverse vocabulary, not. Right, let's go and explore. I'm itching to see what biomes we have on our doorstep in this part of the world. And I think I can see something quite exciting. There is a roofed forest ahead. I love dark oak forests or roofed forests. I really like dark oak wood, so that is a very good find, and that is a biome that we haven't previously come across in this world so far, so yay to a new wood type. Okay, now that I've seen what's in this direction, I think I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to head towards the coast and see what lies across the bay from our new plains area. Oh look, turtles! Aren't you guys cute? What are you doing this far inland? I'm going to take a couple of screenshots. Agent sees cute thing, must take a photograph. Oh, aren't you guys cute? I wonder if we could get some pet turtles. I think they're quite difficult to breed though, aren't they? You have to keep the eggs safe, etc. So I am very tempted to make myself a boat and head across this bay. I want to see what kind of biomes we have across the water. Do I make a boat or do I swim for it? I wonder, maybe I'll just swim for it. It doesn't look like a massive bay. It might be quicker just to dive in and swim across the narrower part. Splash! I do love the new Minecraft swimming mechanics. Well, they're not even that new now. I guess the aquatic update has been out for a while. I don't think the novelty has quite worn off yet, at least not for me. So it would seem that we have another plains biome surrounded by some mountains. And in the distance, here we have a swamp. Well, that could be useful. It's not quite the taiga I was looking for, but maybe there's one in the other direction. I'm going to do a big loop here and see what I can find. So a bit of time has passed, and as you can see it's night time and I'm being chased by mobs. I need to sleep real quick. I've got to try and work my way around these guys and see if I can place a bed. Are the phantoms off my tail? I think there might be. Right, let's come over here. I don't see any mobs. Quick, place down the bed. And can we sleep? Yes, we can sleep. Phew, this is why I always carry a bed. It seems like we've found our taiga biome though, so I'm quite happy about that. The only problem is I think I might have lost my starting point. It's a good thing I took a picture of the coordinates because I certainly can't see the massive pole that we built. That is why I took a screenshot, so we're going to need to do a bit of navigation and see if we can find the entrance to our mine. This is why when you're exploring it's always a good idea to take a screenshot of the coordinates. Even though I'm not quite sure if I'm going in the right direction yet, it always takes me a little while to get my bearings and to work out which direction I'm meant to be headed in. But we have the coordinates nevertheless, so I think it's time to head back to our starting point. We found ourselves the taiga biome and we have had a good enough look around to ascertain that this is indeed a good place to come. So I think we are going to set up a secondary base in this area. Now whether I'm going to do that right next to the mine shaft and the pole that I built, I'm not entirely sure. I might find another spot that I prefer, maybe even around here. This looks like quite a nice place, and we could set up a second base in this area. That's what I'm planning to do. I think we are nearly back at our starting point now. I seem to recognise this bay, so let's... I'm sinking down, I need to eat quickly, and we'll make our way back to our starting mine. So the whole point of this exercise was to find some different biomes, and I think we've done that. We've found ourselves several nice big plains area on which we could build, and we've also found a dark oak forest and a taiga biome, and they're all within easy reach of this cool looking bay. So I definitely think this would be a good place to set up a second base. But for now, as we've had a good look around, I think it's time to head back home, as I don't have the resources with me that I would want to start a second base. So once again, I'm just taking another screenshot of the coordinates so we can see how far away from our original spawn point we actually are, and I reckon we're about 2,000 blocks away. I think our spawn was at about 100. So let's head back down into the depths of our mine shaft. It's going to be a very long journey back home. So I think what I plan to do is make a minecart track down the tunnel that I have dug. The only thing is, it's an incredibly long tunnel. It's 2,000 blocks long, and it might be a smarter idea to, instead of using our rails in the overworld, I'm just marking this area so that I know this is where I need to go. So I'm putting down a couple of torches. So as I was saying, it might be a smarter idea to have a nether tunnel. Now, I've never actually linked up a nether tunnel with two nether portals before. before, but travel in the Nether is significantly shorter than travel in the overworld, so I think it's about time I looked into doing a Nether travel system. Now I know the best method is using an ice road with boats. That would be the fastest method, but I don't have a silk touch pickaxe yet, and I haven't actually found any ice in this world, so for now I think what I'm going to do is make a minecart track linking the 2 points in the Nether. But for now we are going to make our way back home down the insanely long tunnel. I have done a lot of digging in this world, and I'm actually going to speed this up a bit, otherwise we'll be here a while and you'll be able to see just how insanely long this tunnel is. And so we are finally back at our base, and I think what I am going to do now is to gather up some obsidian, and we can head to the Nether and we're going to see how we can set up this portal network. So I am just going to grab some obsidian before I do this. I realise I'm going to need quite a lot of obsidian if I'm going to be making several portals. And boom, through the power of editing, we have now moved our home portal right up into the ceiling of the Nether. So we're just underneath the bedrock, and we've made a ladder which connects up to this area, so if we want to climb back down into the regular Nether, we can do so. Now I'm going to start laying down some minecart tracks, and we're going to also relocate our new lands portal up into the roof of the Nether also. Now you might be asking, why am I going to all this trouble? Well, the reason I'm doing this is because it is much easier to create a safe minecart track if you are in the Nether roof, as you will not get attacked by ghasts, and you don't have to cross lava lakes, or at least most of the time you don't, as I have managed to dig a continuous path linking the two locations. This will provide us with a much faster and safer and direct route than if we laid down tracks in our overworld tunnel, which, as you have seen already, is incredibly long and takes a very long time to traverse. So the path to creating our new portal in the Nether roof wasn't entirely smooth, I have to confess. So while I was pillaring up to the roof of the Nether, I had an unfortunate run-in with a ghast, and you can probably imagine what happened. So I managed to get most of my stuff back, but unfortunately I am now minus one diamond pickaxe. Of course, that was the item that I ended up losing. So thankfully I do have some spare diamonds, so I can make myself another one, but that was kind of annoying. Of course it was a diamond pickaxe that got destroyed by the fire. Yep. So I'm continuing to lay down track, and you can see here there is an area where I had to make a bridge over an open section, and I actually took a slightly less direct route because I wanted to avoid entering any open areas. I want to stay embedded within the rock as much as possible, as that is what is going to keep us safe from those pesky ghasts. So I'm placing down powered rails in fairly regular intervals. I'm not counting, but you can kind of gauge the distance there. And I've had to turn a corner here because, as you can see, oh no, zombie pigmen, no, don't spawn in the tunnel. I don't want to have to hit you out of the way, that's so annoying. I hope you don't keep interrupting my track. So as you can see here, I've had to lay the track round a bend because I have wanted to keep the track within the nether ceiling. You guys are a menace, you know that. I'm going to have to dig a hole and try and push them in it. I guess they'll probably despawn, but they're going to be hampering my efforts here. Go away. Go away. Into the hole. Into the hole. Oh dear. I think I will catch up with you guys once I have finished laying the train tracks. There you go, off the track. See you in a bit. And now we are done. We have a complete railway line. Oh, oops. Come back! You're leaving without me. Let's just grab that minecart, and I think it is now time to test this out. I'm looking forward to this. Might be a good idea to place a button on there actually. I'm just going to craft up a button here real quick, and then we can activate our rails when we need to. How do you make... Oh, I'm just going to make a wooden button. I think you need smooth stone to make a stone button. So I'm just going to make a wooden button. There you go. That activates the rails. And now we can place down a minecart and test out this railway track that we have made. I'm just going to grab out another button because I'm going to need one the other end as well. And woohoo! I love riding on this thing. It's so much fun. And it doesn't actually take that long to get between locations. So I've placed down some cobblestone there in the hope of stopping pigmen from spawning. I don't know if they will spawn on top of rails. I really hope they don't, because it will be a bit of a pain if you get a pigman spawning on the middle of this track, because for obvious reasons it will cause a bit of a blockage. So hopefully they won't spawn on railway tracks. So you can see the bedrock of the ceiling, which indicates we are really high up in the nether, and that is the other end of the track. It is quite quick to travel along this line, so that is really good. I'm just going to make myself another pillow with a button on it so that we can activate the track at this end. So I'm going to put a button there, and I'm going to get rid of that redstone torch. So now we can deposit some minecarts in the chests at either end. As you can see, I've got a couple there already, and I am just going to make the trip back down to the other portal, because that was our home portal, and I want to emerge in our new world portal, as I'm going to be finding a location where I can set up a small temporary base. And we can start to think about what we're going to build in this new land. So I think what I might do first is set up a farming area, as we don't actually have cows in our original location. I think it would be a good idea to set up a cow farm, maybe a chicken farm. So several things that we don't have in our desert base. So I'm just going to block this off to see if I can stop pigmen spawning. I really hope they don't spawn on railway tracks. And that is our railway line completed. I think that is a good job done. That will allow us to travel quickly between our two portals. I know it's not quite as fast as an ice road would be, but I don't really have access to ice at the moment, so I think a minecart track is a good compromise, and it's certainly fun to ride. Right, let's head through the portal and check out our new location. So I have travelled a short distance by boat across the bay from where the portal is located, and I've entered this taiga biome, and this was one of the biomes that I was looking for, and I found this small valley, and I'm really liking this valley, and I'm going to make a note of the coordinates and take a screenshot of those, as I think this could be a really cool location for a future project. Probably not an immediate future project. I'll need to gather some resources and some dyes for the thing that I have in mind, but I certainly think that it would be cool to set up a base quite near here, as I really like the taiga and I feel like it's an appropriate contrast from the desert. We have easy access to spruce wood and a really nice location here. So I think in the next episode I'm going to set up a small farming base, but I think that is going to have to be it for this particular episode. This has been quite a long one so far, so I think this is a good place to leave it. And ooh, that's a very nice cave. I like that. I think that might be a good location for a temporary base. And so that is going to be it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, please do consider liking and subscribing. And thank you for watching. I will see you next time. TTFN.